What's up, YouTube? We got a yo-yo review to do today. This is the TopYo Meta. So the TopYo Meta, or Meta/LYC, so metallic, is LorenzYo Cubings' signature yo-yo with TopYo. Lorenzo has been on the TopYo team for a few months now, and this is his first signature yo-yo to be released with TopYo, and it's awesome. So before we start gushing over it and talking about it, let's get right into the specs. So weighs in at 66.1 grams, which is a pretty much perfection weight for mono metal yo-yos, in my humble opinion. Has a 57.3 millimeter diameter. It is 46.2 millimeters wide, which is kind of wide, but sort of now on the scale of normal for 2018. And then has a trapeze width, as far as Yo-Yo Store Rewind is concerned, of 43 millimeters, which means that's how easy it is to catch. Pretty easy to catch, pretty wide. Comes with the TopYo 5-cut bearing, which is a large bearing. Comes with standard 19 millimeter pads, and it's great. It's an awesome yo-yo. So this yo-yo to me is very much what a yo-yo reviewer would design. It does not surprise me at all that this is the type of yo-yo that LorenzYo ended up having as his signature. So, and I'll explain. So whenever we review a yo-yo, the thought is, okay, is it stable? Is it long spinning? Is it floaty? Is it, fun to play? This kind of is everything. Can it finger spin? Can it thumb grind? Can it talon grind? All that stuff. This kind of does everything. So it's totally bead blasted all the way around, as you can see. Nice metallic purple here. I like this colorway very, very much. It's sort of an organic H shape. Very stable. Big rims, so you get a good bit of rim weight. Lots of stability. But as you can see, there's not a whole ton of weight or like things going on in here. So it's kind of also floaty as well. So if you're thinking of LorenzYo's scale, it kind of falls in the middle between stable and floaty, because it is both stable and floaty, and you get a good long spin time out of it. It's kind of one of those yo-yos that, like, if you want to compete with it, you can totally do that. Has all of the tools that you would need for competition. It's nice and wide, very stable, long spinning. But if you just want it as an everyday carry yo-yo to throw around, have fun with, it's great for that too, because it's nice and comfortable. Very stable, very floaty, nice and fun, and it can handle pretty much whatever trick you want to throw at it. So it's kind of very much the what's a reviewer looking for in a yo-yo to tell people. This has all of that stuff, and a finger spin dimple, because of course, why not? So let's compare it a little bit. Now, to me, this really is like the better version of the TopYo Turbine. So the TopYo Turbine is okay, it looked really good, but it's a little too heavy, and it's kind of got this weird cut in there. But it was like kind of a cool shape, but it's sort of like that cut sort of made it not as comfortable organic H as it maybe could have been. As you can see, they're sort of very similar in diameter and width. But this is just better. It's lighter, it's floatier, but it's still plenty stable. It just kind of perfected, like, this was like good try, but this is like, oh no, this is the right way. Like, if somebody that touches a zillion yo-yos got to tweak this is what you end up with, and that's really what it is. Here it is. A lot of people have a lot of people have been saying, oh, I hear it's the same as the Silenus. Is it really the same? No, they play totally different. Yes, the profile is sort of similar as far as the width and everything is concerned. Not width, but as far as the shape is concerned. But the diameter on the Silenus is much smaller, and it's a wider yo-yo by a good bit. So the Silenus is a good bit wider, and it's heavier too. So the Silenus, I would say this is probably more like a wider, more modern, with the fingerspin dimple and stuff, Aviator 2, as opposed to the Silenus sort of being a more modern, more powerful, sort of kind of like the Orca, like a more modern, more powerful Orca. I would say this is kind of a more modern, more powerful, wider Aviator 2, in my opinion. Like, if you were to update and upgrade the way the Aviator plays to be a little bit more up to 2018 standards, this is, I think, what you would get. And I think it's really, really great, which is good because the Aviator 2, one of my favorite yo-yo factories to this day, so something that plays in that vein, excellent. But yeah, while the profile to the Silenus might be similar, they really play very different. This is a lot lighter, a lot floatier feeling, while this is a lot more sort of, you feel the power and you feel the weight, not much float with the Silenus, in my opinion. This has that sort of organic float that a lot of people really like, while also being stable and long spinning for the people that want that stuff too. So it's kind of the best of both worlds, the best of all worlds kind of yo-yo. I think you would have a hard time finding somebody that just didn't like this yo-yo. Like, this is really good. Everybody should like this for one reason or another. If you're an organic guy, it's comfy. If you're more of a performance guy, it's long spinning and stable. Right up everybody's alley, pretty much, which is what you would expect a guy who touches a ton of yo-yos to put out. But let's go ahead and throw it around. I'll show you guys what this thing can do. Alright, we are back with the TopYo Meta LorenzYo Cubings signature yo-yo. I totally almost just hit a cat in the head. That's okay. So first thing you're going to notice is that you've got power and float, which is nice. It's kind of nice and fun and floaty, and I'll give it sort of that, like, a little bit of that, like, ART Grail type of vibe, which is, of course, excellent. If I could hit a trapeze, jeez. It'll go fast, it'll go slow, kind of just very controllable, and overall a really nice, really well playing, really stable yo-yo. As far as grind finish is concerned, it's very good, very nice. No qualms with it there. I wished it was blasted a little more, but it's not my signature, so that little bit of shininess kind of harkens to like what Yo-Yo Factory does. I mean, it's great for kind of everything. Get some techie stuff going. Get a little bit of speed going. And just, you know, kind of whatever you want to throw at it. It's like, yeah, let's do that trick. Yeah, let's do that trick. Thumb grinds, very doable. Nice thumb grind lip. You can get your thumb right in there. No problem. As far as finger spins are concerned, there is a little dimple there, but there's really nothing else to catch you. If you're really good at finger spins, and if finger spins are your thing, you're going to get really good long finger spins on this. But if you're the kind of guy that really only ever does finger spins on camera when they review a yo-yo, you know, might take some practice getting used to it because it's kind of a different cup. Sort of reminiscent of, to me, sort of how the Space Cadet has that little dimple in there. It's kind of like that. So you gotta kind of catch it that way, not sort of like, see if you can just hit it dead on. See, it's also really hot here, and my hands are really sweaty, so pretty much everything's gonna be hard. Yeah. I can't really do finger spins on it, but I'm not really that good at finger spins. If you can do finger spins on like a Space Cadet, you can do finger spins on this. Period. End of story. As far as smoothness is concerned, I'd say it's about 9 out of 10. Just a hint of vibe, but I mean, it's only 40 bucks. So, you know, pretty solid as far as all that's concerned. The response is actually very good. I don't know if they like sort of narrowed the gap a little bit, or if the TopYo response just works better when it's 100% humidity. But I haven't been having any trouble with the response at all. It's not snaggy, and it responds when I want it to. Snappy. So, liking that a lot about it. Basically, I mean, this is sort of, like I said, if a reviewer was to put out a budget-priced yo-yo, this sort of has all of the features in the $40 package that you would expect. Good for everything, good for everybody. Kind of a good amalgamation of a bunch of really good yo-yos and a bunch of really good yo-yo design aspects. And a yo-yo that pretty much everybody's gonna like. That's just, you know, end of story. Everybody's going to like this yo-yo. There's really not much bad stuff to say about it. But let's go ahead and take it on throw it on the desk, take it apart. I'll show you guys what the insides look like and do pros and cons. All right, guys, we are back on the desk with the TopYo Meta. So let's go take it apart. I don't know if I've taken mine apart yet, so let's see how it does. Nice. No problem. All right, cool. We're off to a good start. So here is the inside here. As you can see, there's kind of a lot going on. So you got the little undercut there that kind of swoops up and then swoops up again. Nice little, it's rounded over on the edge there. Makes for pretty nice rejections, actually. Nothing really to get caught up on. This is far enough out of the way that your rejection's not going to hit that and like catch or anything, and it's nice and rounded over. So very nice in that respect. A really good kind of just, you know, design with the cuts. It's very interesting playing. Makes it for interesting and good weight distribution. Came apart very nicely. No qualms there. It does have the white TopYo pads, which I'm usually not a fan of, but not having any trouble with these. So they are going to stay for now because they look nice in the purple yo-yo. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Comes with that 5-cut bearing, 10 ball, spins very long, very quiet. Still hauling, holy cow. This thing is crazy. Anyway, goes back together nice. Axle not as short as you would think with the Fingerspin dimples like that. I'm not feeling any like I feel like it screwed in a long way. So nice design overall in that regard. Went back together very well. I'm not worried about this stripping, and you should not be either. Not sure what kind of aluminum. I think this is 7003 aluminum, like everything else TopYo does for the most part. So that may have something to do with how solid it's screwed together and unscrewed. Not sure, but I'm not having any issues with it at all. It's a very solid yo-yo, solid construction. If you want to have this as like an everyday carry, because it's a very nice budget price at 40 bucks, this would be an excellent option for that and for you. So let's do pros and cons. Pros, 40 bucks, great price. Competes with everything in that price range and probably everything in the $50 price range. So if you've got 40 bucks and this looks like it would appeal to you, because it should just about appeal to everybody, pick one up. No reason not to. Grind finish is good, very acceptable. Kind of like the shinier one that Yo-Yo Factory uses. I like it. It looks good. It particularly looks good. It's not the best, like the super bead blasted. I feel like they grind better, but this looks better because it's a little bit shiny and it still grinds just fine. So that's really not a con or anything. It's just a really decision, a machining decision, a manufacturing decision, and they went with shinier, and I couldn't be happier with how it looks. This thing looks awesome, especially because they only come in solid colors for right now. Anyway, if it's popular enough, hopefully they'll do more, and they'll do some of those awesome splashes and maybe go more bead blasted. Kind of like this. Could you imagine this with this and more bead blasted? I'd get another one for that. I'd go with that. I think it'd be awesome. Very stable, very long spinning, great thumb grinds. You've got the Fingerspin dimple. I can't really do it too well. It's sort of for those guys who are a lot better at finger spins. I'm sort of Fingerspin impaired because I never practice it, and I just do it on camera, and I clearly messed it up and didn't do it. So, you know, but it's there. If Fingerspins are your thing, you're going to be able to get locked in there, and you're going to do a good job. So that works out. Really no cons to speak of. I'd say my only con that I can really think of is that it doesn't come in this color. That's really it. TopYo has really nice anodizing, and they do really good jobs at anodizing. They're probably the best anodizing shop, too, in China. The best anodizing that comes out of China comes from the TopYo shop that I've seen, anyway, in my opinion. My humble opinion. So the fact that these aren't, like, splashed and blasted and stuff like that is probably my only down. But it's not really a down, it's just a, man, I hope they do that in the next run, because that'd be cool. But otherwise, this is awesome. You need to pick one of these up. Probably the best budget yo-yo to come out since the Silence came out. Period. End of story. So, grats to LorenzYo on his signature. It's awesome. You should go check out LorenzYo's page if you haven't. I would imagine all of you who are fans of my channel are probably also fans of him. But if not, check him out. Links are in the description, and he's a cool dude. Tell him I said hi. But that's going to do it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe. If you want to pick one of these up, links YoYo Best Buy to this, my affiliate link, in the description. Go ahead and snag one. You won't regret it. It's a good yo-yo. I promise. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers to you. Oh, wait, I have coffee. Cheers to you. I'll see you next time.